Hey folks, and welcome to another video of mine. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at the Order 1886, which is a third-person action-adventure game developed by Ready at Dawn Studios and published by Sony Computer Entertainment. Now for those of you who are not familiar with Ready at Dawn, I would be surprised, but just to give you some information, they have executives or members who have actually worked for Naughty Dog and Blizzard Entertainment. Hey, if Naughty Dog does not ring a bell, then hello Uncharted. Now, the games that have been developed by them, there are a few God of War titles as well that they worked on, like Chains of Olympus, Ghost of Sparta, and even the Origins collection. Now, when this game came out, it came out in the month of February in 2015. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, take a look at the screen right now. This game was made in 2015. This could easily pass off as even a next gen game in terms of the visual fidelity. That's how good this game looks. I mean, I kid you not. You take a look at the screen and you let me know your thoughts in the comment section as to what you feel about how this game looks. That's why what I'm showing you right now is actually a part of the gameplay. It's kind of interlaced with the cutscene. So the beauty is that it's so seamlessly done that it's tough to distinguish between cutscene and actual gameplay. That's how good they've really worked on this game and how good this game looks. So this game, it's set in 1886, just as the name of the game suggests, and it's set in this alternate history steampunk London. So you take a look at this beautiful city of London, take a look at the birds flying in the background, the smoke coming out from the chimneys, the clouds, the volumetric fog, etc. Even the light falling on the glass panes of the building. It is incredible. I mean, the god rays as well. This is gameplay footage that you're taking a look at. It's not a cutscene. Now, the reason why I keep harping on the fact that it's not a cutscene because this game is presented to you in a CinemaScope format, meaning you're always going to have black bars on top and the bottom of the screen. Generally, you have cutscenes which are presented in CinemaScope. Movies generally come out in CinemaScope, but this entire game is presented to you in CinemaScope. That makes it truly unique, yeah? I know some people have complaints about the fact that it takes away from screen space, your screen estate. They would have loved to see more of these characters and the world, especially when you are involved in fighting or action dynamics, etc. But hey, I have no complaints about this game being presented to you in CinemaScope. Now, the textures, the world that they have created, it's absolutely brilliant. I mean, they're photorealistic, you could say, textures that you could see here. And this game came out on PS4. It's tough to believe that. You can pick up objects, yes, but there is not much that you can interact with because although this world is so beautifully designed, yeah, the characters around you, the NPCs, etc., you can't really bump into them, you can't interact with them. So there's very little interaction. Now, this is my only complaint or gripe with this game. So the reason why I'm complaining about it is because if you've played games like Assassin's Creed Syndicate or Assassin's Creed Unity, then you would know what I'm talking about. I mean, you can bump into people, you can actually interact with a few NPCs, you can interact with the environment, etc. That is missing in this game. So that kind of takes away from the whole immersiveness. But I think this game was never designed to be this way. Now, this game, you have you playing as Sir Galahad, which is the main character, also known as Grayson, by the way. So you have Sir Galahad that you're playing as, and you are a knight. Yes, the same Knights of the Round Table that we are talking about from the legend of King Arthur. Now, in case you're wondering, how did they survive such a long time? Well, please know that this is set in an alternative, you could say, world. So it's an alternate timeline or an alternate universe, you could say. That's what makes this really interesting. And this world is so beautifully designed, and not just beautifully designed, but the whole lore around it. You have lichens or werewolves, you have vampires. So there is a rich story that it's trying to tell. And you, as a member of the Knights of the Round Table, you are battling to keep the world safe from these lycans, from these vampires, as well as fringe organizations who are rebelling against the government. Now, you have yourself playing as Sir Galahad, and you're progressing through the story through linear paths because this is not an open world game. All right? Now, you have to defeat enemies like the ones that you're seeing on screen. You have a fair mix of lycans, and you also have mortal enemies, or regular humans, you could say. You have shooting mechanics which are quite interesting. I mean, I know some people have even complained about the way the cover mechanism or this cover based shooting mechanism works. I have no complaints about it. I think it works like a charm. It is absolutely fine in my personal opinion. And when you kill these lycans as well, take a look at the transition, from a lycan to a human being, when you finally get to stab him, when you finally, nail that final blow, you could say. And it's quite interesting. I'm going to talk about the fighting dynamics or mechanism just in a short bit as well. But if you notice, there are quick time events as well. And there are a lot of them. Some people I know have complained about it. Again, I have no complaints about these quick time events. I think it's done really well. If it was not done in a good way, then it would have been a thing to complain about. But here, it's been done pretty well. I think this game has the right mix of everything. When I say everything, I mean good gameplay mechanics, enough to move around in this beautifully designed world, right amount of cutscenes, the storytelling through these cutscenes, brilliantly done because the voice acting, the expressions on the face, I'm sure motion capture was used here because they're brilliant expressions on the characters. And speaking of characters, you will come across a lot of interesting ones. I mean, the main characters in this game are your team. You have a team as well, yes. So apart from you, Grayson, you also have Sebastian Mallory, who's Percival. You have Lady Igraine, and apart from that, you have Marcus de Lafayette. And you also have a Chancellor, who's a vampire, by the way. I hope I'm not giving away too much of the story, but hey, these are just the main characters in the game. You also have Alastair, and then you have Nikola Tesla. Yes, the same scientist, from our world, who actually equips you with the latest and greatest weapons and inventions. And speaking of weapons, you have lots of them in this game. And not just guns that I'm talking about, you even have grenades that you can pick up and you can throw. It has a really good impact on the environment, when you chuck that grenade off, when you have that explosion in the background, look at the smoke and the fire effects. It's really well done. It looks absolutely fantastic for a game which is from 2015. Brilliant. So I was complaining about not being able to interact with people when you are just walking around the city, but while you're fighting in the heat of the action, there are destructible, you could say, elements from the background. Not too many, but for instance, this flammable canister, you can shoot at these canisters and they will explode. They have an impact on the enemies and even the environment around. Apart from fighting mechanics, you even have a little bit of platforming, not much. Please don't expect parkouring like Assassin's Creed Unity or any of these Assassin's Creed titles, but it's there just to service the game, to progress the game forward. So you can expect a fair bit of platforming where you're gonna get across the city of London. And again, speaking of the city of London, it's so beautifully done. When you get on the top of these, you could say terrace or whatever you want to call it, these buildings, when you finally get to look at the city, it is absolutely brilliant. I just wish that Assassin's Creed Syndicate had this kind of an environment. The world, the city of London that they have created, it's far better than the one that you will see in Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Just look at it. You get on top of this building, look at the clouds, look at the buildings, look at the volumetric fog, look at that atmosphere that they have created. They have nailed it. They have hit the ball right out of the park when it comes to the world of London, the city of London. And it's absolutely brilliant. You have even, binoculars that you can use. And this is gameplay, by the way, all right? You're controlling the character. This is not a cutscene. Here, through your joystick, you're controlling, taking a look at the city. And even when you're zooming in, on certain objects or certain areas, take a look at the activities that are happening, like the steam coming out of the chimneys, the overall volumetric fog, and even when you have people fighting in the background. Take a look at the lighting. The lighting is absolutely brilliant. The electricity. Look at the bullets being shot and the smoke, the trail of smoke around it. It is incredible. The level of detail is absolutely stunning. I mean, it's mind blowing. And this city of London is so good, but even the characters are really good. The Order of the Knights, and I think that the plot, the storytelling is really up there. The presentation quality is really up there. This game, if you take a look at the screen right now, it can even pass off as a next gen title. That's how good this game looks. Now, I'm really, really shocked that this game did not get a sequel, because for a game which is from 2015, this looks absolutely fantastic. It tells a great story, and for not getting a sequel, I'm really disappointed, because when it released, it kind of got mixed reviews from critics. That may have actually pushed the development of the sequel far off. Now, there are talks in communities talking about a possible sequel happening. I will really be interested to take a look at it. In fact, I will pre-order it. I mean, that's how impressed I am with this game, because what is a game supposed to do at the end of the day? It's supposed to entertain you. It's supposed to bring a smile on your face. It's supposed to tell a good story. It's supposed to introduce you to unique elements, unique factors, and good gameplay dynamics as well. This game has it all right? And I'm not trying to sell this game. I'm not getting any money from them. It's just a great game. That's all I would say. So if you have had a chance to play this game, I'd be very interested to find your thoughts as well. So please put them in the comment section. And if you really want a sequel for this game, you can maybe hashtag the Order 1886 sequel in the comment section as well. That'd really be great. Now, if you have liked this video, you can hit that like and subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And also that bell icon in case you want to get notified with my latest videos. Now, with that said, it's a wrap for this one. And I'll see you lovely folks in my next video. Until that time, take care, stay safe, and may God bless you all.